For this video, we're going to talk about perfect square trinomials. These are either in the form of a squared plus 2ab plus b squared or a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. If you were to factor the first one, you'd have your two parentheses. You would take the square root of the first term, square root of the last term, and it ends up being that both of the parentheses have a plus, and that's why you have a 2 in the middle, because they double up each other. The exact same thing doubles up itself. Now, if you go to the other side, you have the two parentheses also, a and a, b and b here, and those two parentheses will be minus because those will double up. They're the exact same term, and that's why you have the 2 here. All right, what else do? You will probably never see it written separate. You're not wrong, but we write it as a plus b quantity squared or a minus b quantity squared. So let's try a problem, see if we can figure out what's going on. So the first one says s squared plus 6s plus 9. Now, at this point, you can factor it the exact same way that you've been factoring everything else. That's the nice thing about these two. They don't look much different than anything else. So if you want to make your box, you want to go right to the parentheses, you want to do the slide method, you can choose whatever you want right now and totally ignore this video. If you want to use the shortcut, let's try the shortcut though. All right, so make your two parentheses. Looking at the problem, is the first term a perfect square? And that's a yes. Is the last term a perfect square? That is a yes also. Is the middle term 2 times the square root of the first one times the square root of the last one? So is that true? And that is a yes. So that means we can proceed with our shortcut. All right. So take the square root of the first term, which is s, and s. Square root of the last term, which is 3, and 3. If you notice, the middle term is a plus, so ours will be plus and plus. And we're all done. How does that 6 actually come about? Well, that's a 3s, and that's a 3s. And what do you know about that? Those make the 6s. All right, so you guys would end up writing it as s plus 3 quantity squared. All right, let's try another one. 4n squared plus 20n plus 25. Is the first term a perfect square? Yes, it is. You can take the square root of it. Is the last term a perfect square? Yep, you can take the square root of that. Is your middle term 2 times the square root of the first one times the square root of the last one? And that would be 4n times 5. That would be 20n. Yes, it is. If that is the case, then you can use the shortcut. Two parentheses, take the square root of the first one, which would be 2n and 2n. Take the square root of the last term, which would be 5 and 5. And if you notice, the middle term is plus, so we would do plus and plus. This would make your 10 if you're really not sure. This would make your other 10, which makes your 20. All right, so you are good. You would write your final answer as 2n plus 5 quantity squared. All right, enjoy.